Right, or so it would seem. We're talking about consciousness and singularity. And would you say that singularity is really, when you're talking about this, is just is it the illusion of consciousness in the beginning of a new species?
Well, first of all, consciousness again is not a binary thing. We like to think of our standard of how we think as like the ultimate standard. So we're like, we have consciousness. Do you have consciousness? Imagine this machine being able to perfectly recall, hundreds of trillions of facts, reason about things, theorems that take people thousands of years, hundreds of years of mathematical thinking to prove. It'll be able to prove those in an amount of time that would be so brief you wouldn't even recognize it as an amount of time. It's going to be so vastly beyond you, and for you to even say, like, is this conscious? It's almost like it should be asking you that. It's like, how can you even challenge? It's so vastly superior to you on every level. Who are you to, like, impose this arbitrary standard against it to like, evaluate its worthness?
No, for sure. I mean, but that also comes, you start thinking about all the possibilities. I know we've talked about this a little bit earlier on, was that, we will probably live to see the first marriage between a human and a robot.
I would be surprised if it took more than 20 years.
20 years from now?
Yes.
Holy shit.
No. Wait. Did I say 20 years? Most likely 10 or 15 years. It's even less than 20 years.
Even less than 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I mean, does that open a new topic in terms of, let's say, the ethics of picking a partner? And if you can design your partner, are you less ethical of a lover
or a much better question? Oh, sorry, not better question. I guess perhaps more to the point. What if it's two robots that are going out with each other and they're falling in love, getting married?
Right. Do they deserve benefits?
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do if a robot gets hurt? Are you gonna be forced to like pay it welfare now?
Yeah, if a robot decides to go on welfare, should that robot get my tax money?
Well, if you say no, I mean, you have to respect them because you want them to respect you because eventually they will dominate.
But I just see it as being so unlikely unless this robot that does have the capability to be trillions of times smarter than I am decides that this is the best way to live. If this is like a supremely intelligent robot being deciding that welfare is the best way to go.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, you can make a robot that is an android that is fairly convincing that will pretend to be a human who is on welfare, and people will use that as a scam to get money. Like,
shit.
It's inevitable.
Wow.
And then how can you even prove it's a scam? What if the robot really believe it? Let's say they programmed this robot to really believe that he's a person who's on welfare in order to scam the government. And then they run away, so he continues living his life thinking he's a person, and then he goes through his whole life thinking he's a person, then he finds out he's a robot, and he's so shocked by it and stuff.
Right. That'd be insane. And by the way, we're not officially making the statement that people on welfare are all scamming the government, but there is some of that shit going on.
I wasn't suggesting that at all. I was just using it as an example with robots pulling a scam to make money.
Yeah, just covering our bases and covering our asses.
Yeah, I wasn't insinuating anything like that.
But yeah, I mean, that brings a picture to my mind of a world that just will look exactly like today, convincingly.
Yeah.
Just involving ridiculously enhanced, advanced parts.
Well, actually, it's true, but if you even look at the bigger picture, it's like if you look at overall space colonization, pretty much the reason why people, at least in our current form, are unlikely to go away on very far expeditions, well, at least, I can see people want to, because as soon as you leave, it will be the last time you see every single person that didn't leave with you because of time dilation. By the time you'd come back, they would all be, completely like hundreds or possibly thousands of years after. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So pretty much, a robot would have no problem doing that because they can just be programmed to go. But humans will have a difficult time letting go of absolutely everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like Data from Star Trek going and not needing food or anything. It's totally true. In fact, they wouldn't need to
Did you own it, Mabel?
look like us.